Hello, welcome to the ShedNet post E3 podcast. This one's going to be about the EA conference. There was some pretty cool stuff announced, so we're going to talk about that. I'm joined by David and Gareth. So let's get straight into it. First thing they opened with was Titanfall 2. They showed a multiplayer trailer. Have you guys seen it?
Yes, it looks pretty awesome.
It looks amazing. You've seen the new features, like the grappling. What would you call it? Is it like a grappling hook?
Yeah.
Where you're midair and you can sort of grab a guy and go straight to him and pew, knock him out.
How's it going to?
Pew.
Then you can see stuff like the new Titans and stuff like that, and it's basically like a lot of potential and stuff like that to show, and seems to build a lot of what the original Titanfall games build. Yeah. So I'm quite looking forward to it, and it's going to be a cross-platform one. So
yep, it is.
Because I didn't really get into the first Titanfall, so I think maybe this is a good time to get into it.
I didn't play the first one either, so this one's made me excited to play it.
Yeah,
because it just looks so cool. And they also showed, so the multiplayer stuff was cool.
Yep.
But they also showed a single player campaign trailer.
Yeah, because the first one didn't have.
No, and that was a big gripe that a lot of people had with it.
Yeah.
So and it looked pretty cool. Like they're diving into the story pretty deep. So it's like the story between a Titan and his pilot.
It sort of reminds me of Gundam in a way.
Yeah.
That connection that the people have with the machines and mechanisms. It sort of reminds me of that, thinking, wow, that's a lot of. It's like if you imagine Gundam in that sort of style, that's what I would picture and imagine.
And they seem like they're sentient as well. They're not just robots.
Yeah.
Which I thought they were just suits of armour, really. But they've actually got sort of feelings and emotions, blah, blah, blah.
Synths.
So that was pretty good. So that's going to be released on October 28th this year. That's PC, classic. PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
It's all of them.
So
sorry.
That was something to look forward to.
Yeah. Then next they showed cinematic trailer for Madden 17. I don't think we need to talk about that too much.
No. We're in the UK. We don't watch American football. Don't have any interest in it.
The only time I've played it, my brother made me play, and it was. Do you know how if you watch American football, it's a very stop-start?
Yeah.
It was exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, just 2 seconds gameplay. And
I owned Madden 16 or 15, and I played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, that's American football.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that Madden is the most profitable sports franchise for EA. Better than FIFA. So Madden's the one that makes all the money for them.
That's quite surprising because FIFA's a huge market. Football.
Yeah. Yeah,
but anyway, it's
a different country there, so over there it must be huge. But then it's strange because they did show FIFA 17 stuff a lot more prominently than they did Madden, so maybe it's grown in popularity. While we're talking about FIFA 17, they did show the new single player campaign stuff.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think about
that? I think it'll be quite.
It's
refreshing. Not refreshing. It's new. It'll be something because sometimes you're playing the manager mode and it can get a bit boring and tedious. I'm not going to say it's the most exciting. I've seen trailers for it. It's not. I don't think it's going to be like a deep story or.
No, it looks very linear.
Yeah, it's just going to be a story about football.
Do you think FIFA needed a single player sort of thing?
The thing is, they have every year. They release games every year, so they have to try and do something. So I reckon it was about time because people started talking about Pro Evo coming back.
Yeah,
but I think it's just to keep the franchise
fresh.
Yeah,
because for the last few years, there's just been these small sort of tweaks to the system.
Yeah, for example,
nothing huge.
If they didn't have the single player story thing, the only tweaks they would have mentioned was free kicks.
Set pieces have been redone. They've got the Frostbite engine now.
Oh yeah,
which is a really powerful engine for a FIFA game. So all the players look good, and they've got the managers in there and stuff. That looks pretty good. So about the story as well. I said it was linear, but they have said that depending on the actions you do on the pitch, it could change the story. For example, the person who scores a hat-trick in a game will have a completely different sort of next scene to whoever gets sent off, for example. So there's that sort of element.
Yeah, but I think it'll be like quite a short single player because I don't think they would have allocated like a whole. It's more of a test, I would say. They're not
definitely.
They're not going to hire 100 people to like work on it. I think it's just going to see how it goes and post-match interviews and
post-match interviews.
Yeah, stuff like football geeks like. Yeah, and but I think I'll obviously give it a go. But
probably have to try it really.
Yeah, you have to try it. Right? Nothing too exciting.
Don't have a choice.
Isn't it like you already got a character. That's the character.
Yeah, his
name's
name's Alex Hunter.
Yeah, and you get no customization, no nothing. It's just here he is. You get to play this guy basically.
Yeah. Well, I'd say maybe you get to choose team because I can't because
that's probably the only
stuff
thing.
they showed was him in a United jersey. But I can't see a Liverpool fan wanting to play that.
No.
So they'd have to have some kind of
United fan.
Yeah, exactly. So that is being released this year,
Christmas time.
September.
Oh, yeah,
29th.
they always have September.
Yes, that's on all current stuff: PC, Xbox 360, and PS3 as well.
So another FIFA game.
Another FIFA game, yeah.
Breaking news.
Next, well, actually, before this, they showed the Mass Effect Andromeda sort of.
It's like a
teaser.
It's like another teaser trailer, basically, just to make the hype even more unbearable or anything like that.
Yeah, just
Well, that's what E3 is a week of hype.
Yeah, it's one of those trailers where they show a little bit of stuff generated in the engine, but then they show like the developers and the screens, and they sort of drift past through the camera, and you're like, what was that? Go back and pause it. Look at their screens, and it's like a cube. It's like, what's that cube?
What importance does it have? Does it have any significance?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just in the background as a prop. You never know.
Yeah, so they're doing that. They showed there's a couple of new aliens. Did you see that there was like a big monster that looked like a Yarg?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
This is all new stuff to me.
Talk to me. I know.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a big Yarg type thing.
Yeah, I was thinking like, wow, where have I seen that before? I was like, oh, it looks like the Shadow Broker, basically, an awful lot.
And they've named, well, people guessed this ages ago from the tease that they did before this one that her name was something Ryder, because the original protagonist was Commander Shepard. This is
the Shepherd.
Yeah, something Ryder.
The Shepherd.
So this is, and apparently they're going for a female protagonist this time, which is cool. Even though technically it was both, like on the Mass Effect 3 game, the box, you could switch you could take the leaflet out, switch it inside out, and it'd be the woman on the front instead of the man.
The first two Mass Effect games, it was all predominantly every trailer was a man. It was the male Commander Shepard, and then 3 they sort of realised that Femme Shep was getting some sort of a following.
Yeah.
And then they had that big competition to say who was going to be the default Commander Shepard female. And then there was the swap thing, because I got the collector's tin and it has both of them on the back. So it's sort of nice that they're focusing on a female protagonist, but obviously you still got to play a male one if you want to.
I probably will.
But it's just nice to see that it's actually a female taking the lead role, the lead in the sort of the trailers.
Quite a large theme in media this year. A lot of female strong protagonists. It's just good. It's good.
Yeah.
None of the
just a bit of a silly talking point, because it's not the story's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah,
it's just
but it's just nice that it's a female that has all the attention. The trailers, everything's about that one basically. So it's nice.
It's cool. That's going to be released Q1 next year, so from January, February, March.
Yeah.
Then they announced a new IP, which is part of their EA Originals program, where they sort of go to a small developer and make their game big.
Yeah.
So this one was
so it's sort of like pimp my game, basically.
Kind of, yeah. They go around selecting a cool
Exhibit's going to come around and go like, we got a person here with a nice new game. We're going to
pretty much exactly what they're doing.
We're going to go full Michael Bay on this. We've got explosions. And
they gave the small developer a good chunk of their conference as well. So they're going to be doing that with a lot of small developers and getting the games there.
How they decide that? They just pick a name of a hat and just go there.
I don't know. They must have a lot of
research.
That's like golden ticket if you're like an independent.
EA comes knocking.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like EA, but you can't deny how big they are.
No,
and the power they have, and
we've got a lot of influence.
Yeah, and money.
Yeah. So this one's called Fe, F-E.
Yeah.
And you're playing as a lone cub in this sort of wilderness where there's no humans, and you're alone. There's no any more of your species about.
Yeah.
So your sort of mystery of the game is where's the rest of my kind?
Yeah.
And there's no voice there's no voice acting in the entire game. It's all communicating through sounds. Each creature has a different sound, and you have to learn different creatures' sounds
to identify
to then get them to help you and to progress through the game. But then there's also the antagonists who, ironically, they look like they're human. They're the most humanoid characters in the game. So it's almost, and they're like the bad guys. So it's like mostly focusing on nature, and then you've got humans coming in wrecking stuff. So like focusing on themes like that.
Sounds like a plot to Avatar there. Come on a strange planet and start mucking things about. Basically.
So their thing is like they bring about silence, and they silence all the animals and their songs. So obviously you have to progress past those. Yeah. And that looked pretty good. So you should definitely check out the video for that because it looked pretty interesting.
I did see that. I think afterwards it was in the feeds or something like that. Even it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
New take, new IP. You don't see a lot of
very little art style.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the era we are with sequels and things to already
Yeah, I think we
pre-established
went last
franchise. It's
time, like-
nice to see something new for a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think last time we talked about, can you see Titanfall 2 this year, then next year, Titanfall 3,
Yeah,
4.
yeah. I mean,
So
there's
it's
so
good
many
to see.
sequels this year as well.
Yeah. And remix,
Yeah.
remastered.
Anyway, moving on. Star Wars stuff that everyone was so hyped about seeing.
Which was
That was good, wasn't it?
which amounted to bugger all, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they did say what they're working on, and
What
that's
did they
all.
work
That's
on?
all they
We're
did.
working on this, but we can't show anything, and it's all. Hush,
Yeah,
hush
they
and
said
stuff
basically, these 3 things that you already know we're working on, well, we're still working on them. And then they showed
That'd be
about 2
strange.
seconds of the Visceral game, which Amy Hennig is doing, the woman who did the Uncharted games. It was like, where's like this guy who looks like he's just walked out of like a bar or something into Mos Eisley, I think it was. That looked really good.
Yeah.
If they showed more of that, I would have been happy.
Yeah.
Just like, here you go.
But it's also part of the hype as well, because you how much time would you spent analysing that 2 seconds?
Yeah, true. Yeah, we would definitely. There's going to be rewind trailers lasting 10 minutes on that 2-second clip.
It's like I found out the other day that there's a podcast out there, I can't remember what it's called, but that analyses every minute of every Star Wars.
I used to listen to that. I used to listen to that podcast.
It's like a minute, and they talk about it for a straight hour or something.
No, they talk about every minute of every film for about. Well, it depends on what happens, but it can go from 8 minutes to for half an hour, just about 1 minute.
So basically, there are going to be people like that who will break that down second by second, going,
Yeah.
Yep. And they said that DICE are working on Battlefront 2, of course,
Yep.
but they also said that Motive are working on it with them. I can't remember what Motive did. I think they... What were they doing? Well, anyway, they're in the EA studio, so new gameplay is what they're hinting at.
Please
Like different
add
styles.
a single player to the new. If
It's stupid not to.
Do
It was stupid.
DICE did the Battlefield.
Yeah, that's their bread and butter. There is
Yeah.
the,
Battlefield
is the,
games don't have story modes, really.
No,
Not
but
really.
Battlefront is a different IP, and they need to treat it like a different IP.
Yeah, because I think, going back to the OG Battlefield games, it was always online. So when they got DICE to do Battlefront 2, Battlefront, they knew what you knew what you were getting. It was just a multiplayer shoot 'em up, which I was happy. But going back to Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think that's what this Motive company is coming in to do.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, probably.
That's
And the fighters, as in aerial dogfights and stuff like that. I think there'll be more space battles. I think they'll
Yeah.
They
they'll
took
have to
that
get
out,
into
and that was a roll of anger, because they took that out of the original one, and there was a fight, a flight, dogfight sort of thing, but it was other things that you could see in the single player and stuff like that. It would have been nice to.
It would have been nice to have the sort of dogfighting mode in a mode where other people are on the ground fighting,
Yeah.
as opposed to a separate
Oh, there
mode
is.
where it gets
You see
boring.
everyone just crashing into.
It's like because in the Conquest when you think you get like 2, I think maybe just one from the rebels and one from the stormtroopers, and that's about it. And even then, all they're doing is just basically strafing the ground, basically trying
Yeah.
to get us killed. It's not much of. Oh, look up and there's a big dogfight.
No, but it'd be cool
Yeah,
to
they get
have
shot.
that. What else did they do? They showed was it Respawn? No, it wasn't Respawn. Yeah, it was Respawn. Sorry, the people who do Titanfall
Yeah.
are working on a game set in a different era. Era. Yeah, so that's interesting because I don't think it'll be the prequels or the sequels.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be going maybe Knights of the Old Republic, go way back
Yeah.
and do something like that. That'd be cool. Get a new Knights of the Old Republic game after
But,
ages.
How long it's been years, isn't it?
It's like 2006 or something like that. Last one
10
came out.
years,
Yeah, maybe more than that. Yeah, hopefully that is a thing. And then there was the where they were capturing motion capture,
Yeah.
where they showed the people fighting with the lightsabers. So
Oh, yeah.
it could be some sort of fighting game or
Could be
a game
cutscene.
featuring heavily fighting set pieces.
Yeah.
Or it could be
Maybe you're looking too much into it.
Maybe I want that to be a thing.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. I was thinking, like, is this going to be something like for VR and stuff like that? Maybe.
There is another thing for VR, but it's Sony who are doing that.
Because I was thinking that would be a great game to add in VR and stuff like that, like a lightsaber duel sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
yeah.
awesome.
If they could make that work in there.
They tried doing something like that on Connect. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do
It was
remember that.
awful. It was so bad.
it was-
just didn't respond.
apparently it was
like
a-
you do that and nothing.
Well, because
It was-
Kinect itself is not a
No.
not a great
Yeah.
piece of technology.
You had a game where you had.
Oh yeah, it was one of those.
Do you remember? It was
plug straight into your TV games.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to that?
I still got that in my room.
Talk about going
That's a
back.
great game. That is so good.
I just remember. So like it's like a game like that with VR, that would be amazing.
Fantastic, that'd be great.
Maybe not plug straight in the TV type.
Yeah, because they've got like for PSVR they've got the guns for gun games.
Oh yeah.
Maybe just a stick for sword and Star Wars fighting games. There we go. That'd be great.
Or maybe maybe
See, it's gonna be like what the Wii has, because I think we've got a basket hub full of separate Wii attachments, like a fishing rod and a tennis racket. You have a bucket full of those just for VR stuff now.
Yeah, hopefully they won't sort of take it that far.
Yeah,
but you know, like making a tennis racket for your Wiimote was just, I don't need this.
No, it's just
for people who couldn't understand. It's like, a tennis racket.
Or a golf club. I think there was a golf club too.
Yeah, I think there was. Stupid. Anyway, so that's all. We'll have those games coming out this year, next year, 2019, 2020. So we'll get a good spread of Star Wars games over the next few years.
Just like the films, almost.
Yes. Yeah. So they'll be released with the films, probably. It's perfect.
I can imagine them doing like a Rogue One game, and
just something we'll tie in with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to make a Lego Rogue One at some point.
Probably. Well, yeah, they will. Yeah, they just will. Yeah.
And you will play it.
And you will buy it.
You will play it. That's the thing, yeah. We're all Star Wars fans. We'll buy anything.
Well, as you can see from the t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay, next.
I back for the other team, as you can say.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, any good Star Trek games coming out, Dave?
There actually is.
We'll
talk about that on a different episode.
That's a different episode. Yeah. I think it's on another. It was on another conference.
I was fun as well.
No, but there is.
There is. Gosh.
Anyway, they closed their conference with Battlefield 1. They showed some new gameplay.
It looks.
Yes.
Oh my god! I'm basically it's like I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. Basically.
Yeah. I was sort of mildly intrigued because I've never played a Battlefield game before, and now I'm just. I want this game.
But that bit when you see them like in the tank and they're all trying to get in and shooting at them and stuff like that. And then you see the motorcycle chase going through and everything's blowing up and stuff like that. It's like
I'd be amazed if it's that it'll be good. It'll be good.
Obviously
really
they've
good.
sort of cinemised it a little bit. Yeah. That's a word. Cinemised.
But if the gameplay can be as like at least I don't know a quarter of what that potential thing is, it'll be almost a great game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
They showed. Oh, so great, go on.
And then you can see was it the Red Baron straight? And then an Allied plane strafing a Zeppelin and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The Zeppelin is what's going on. I mean, did you watch the gameplay where it was like they had Snoop Dogg and Terry Crews and other people playing?
Didn't he just go like backwards and forwards?
I can't remember. But it was that much. Like it's this like feature of the game. Like if you're behind or something like that, you get a Zeppelin. So try and catch up, and it's got like, huge guns on it, and you can try and take down the Zeppelin in the last bit of the game, and if it blows up, the steel frame will fall, crush a bunch of stuff underneath it, and then the steel frame's just there as well on the map.
Yeah,
and it's huge.
So they're taking their destructive physics and turning the knob up to 11, basically.
Yeah,
looks really cool.
Because that's always been a nice feature of Battlefield games. So, someone's behind that wall. All right then.
Yeah, I guess I don't need the wall anymore.
Cover's gone. You can go.
No wall.
Yeah, no wall. There's a big hole there going through there.
I think that's the big draw for Battlefield as well.
Yeah. Also, it's more tactical. It's not just run and spray and pray. It's. I think
you can tell the Call of Duty is more shotguns and running around and stuff like that. Whereas Battlefield, you have to really think about it. You have to push as a unit. You cannot go off alone because you will get killed.
Like even with a sniper, you have to measure. You have to estimate. You have a little thing to read how far. Because you've not played any.
I've never played one
Battlefield game. So, for example, you have this little binoculars.
Yeah,
it tells you how far the person you're hoping to shoot is in meters, and then you have to adjust the gun and the height.
Wow, that's pretty in depth. That.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
It's like the
Coriolis. How have you not played them?
I don't know.
It's like that Bad Company 2, where you had to sort of aim the rifle so slightly higher, and then bang, and you could see the projectile of the bullet going.
A lot of people are saying that it feels a lot like Bad Company 2.
Well, it's not a bad game to go off. Bad Company. The Bad Company 2 is probably one of the best Battlefield games you can get, really. I enjoyed the hell out of that game. I love that game so much.
Sounds good. That wraps it up for the EA's conference. What do you guys think of EA's conference on the whole? Do you think it was
shocking?
It's not the best conference I've ever seen.
I would like to see more stuff on, maybe
more games, funnily enough.
Yeah, more games.
There's more games,
even though they are just the
trailers
compared to they've got Sony and Microsoft.
It's just more trailers. I would like to have seen something a bit more
gameplay,
more gameplay, more developed,
something more substantial for the stuff that's coming out. Because you got Mass Effect's coming out in just like Q1 next year. I'm showing nothing for it.
Yeah, it's not far away, is it?
No. So yeah,
You'd think they would have been further down the pipeline at this stage, wouldn't
you'd
you?
imagine or hope anyway.
Or maybe they're just keeping all their cards close to their chest and stuff like that.
Oh, they just don't care because they know people will buy the games.
Money, get money anyway.
Just show the logo. They'll go, yeah, all right, shut up and take my money. Basically,
People hate them, but you'll still buy the games.
Exactly. Well, we'll buy any
Star
FIFAs
Wars.
that come out. Star Wars, they've got it all. Got it.
Yeah.
Over a barrel.
Yep.
Right. That was it for the EA conference. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be doing more coverage of the rest of the conferences over the next week. Thanks for watching. Stay with ShedNet.